Alright, like usual, I go through and point out the new survivor, the new killer. I got smart and realized that I can actually find the level 3 perks in the Kill Your Friends app, and so we're good there. But the new survivor is Jane Romero. In the thing they said that she represents that Oprah was the inspiration for her, but anyway, this is her character info, in case you want to pause the video and read this to go along if you can't wait. But her 3 perks are Solidarity. So when you heal, and I know this goes from 40 to 45 to 50 for tier 1, tier 3, but basically, if you're hurt and the other person's hurt, when you heal them, half of the healing you do to somebody else is done to you, which is kind of an interesting little neat perk. I don't know if it's really worth a perk slot, but it's interesting in its effect, because you can always heal other survivors without this perk, so that doesn't, this isn't required. And it doesn't really do a good job of replacing self-care, because you'd have to heal 2 survivors to heal yourself, and, you heal them, and then they only have to heal you halfway. That could be a conversation to have, but it's not benefiting you healing other survivors. So do you gain more time? I don't think so. So I'm not really sold on this perk yet, but maybe some things with like certain medkits and whatnot that make this much faster might be worthwhile running. Poised. This is really, really cool. Achieving goals boost your confidence. After generator is completed, you leave no track marks for 6, 7, or 8 seconds. That's the tier 1, 2, and 3. And then, so basically, yeah, you finish. So if you hear the killer coming, you got a little bit of time before, he's going to get to you, the killer. Then you can obviously bounce. Head on, though, this is the perk that everyone's excited about. And it could be fun. It has a lot of trolling potential. It's got a lot of fun potential. There's a big potential. Like, if you're really smart with quick and quiet, you can run this as well. But anyway, while standing in the locker for 3 seconds, the perk activates. While the perk is activated, performing a rushed action to leave a locker stuns the killer for 3 seconds if they are standing within range. Those are locked numbers, I understand. Going tier 1, 2, 3 changes the exhausted status effect from, I believe, 60 to 50 to 40 or 45. We'll be able to find out in a second. But head-on's actually really, really cool. So, you're running for the killer, you hide in a locker. If you can get in there for 3 seconds, there's a range, and I believe it actually shows the UI on the screen. But if the killer is in that circle and you cast head-on, but you basically sprint out of the locker, you'll actually stun the killer for 3 seconds and provide an exhausted effect. So this is really cool. There's going to be a lot of cool uses for this. It's very niche in the sense that you have to play a certain way to make it work, but I love the way that can be adapted into the playstyle, especially for basement plays. You save somebody, right? You both have head-on, you pop into the locker, and it gives you a chance to get out. So for people who like to camp in the basement or to do various things, and so I really like that. She's definitely interesting in that regard. Interesting character model. She's got thunder thighs. I don't know what that's about, but I mean, I guess what the kids these days, thick, right? You gotta have them be thick. So there you go. But we haven't had when's the last time we got a female survivor? Hold on, let's take a look here. Last time we got a female survivor was a hot minute ago. It was Kate Denson. Was the last time we got it with the clown. And even then, like, you have to look at the amount of survivors that we got since then. So, wait, Quentin, and then Tap, and then Denson, and Jeff. Oops. Oh, Jeff, and then, what's his bucket? Adam? His name Adam Francis. So 4 boys, and so we got another girl to join the roster. I think that actually rounds us out, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, so we're just shy of half and half. We have 16 survivors, 9 male, 7 female. Okay, so let's look at the Plague. The Plague is awesome. I haven't had a chance to play her yet, but I watched the video. I'm gonna do a scroll down in the backstory so that you guys can, if you're dying to read about her lore, you can pause the video and read it so that you get each paragraph. Anyway, her 3 perks. Her perks, one of them is useless, but the other ones are really, really cool. So Corrupt Intervention. 3 generators located as furthest from you are blocked for 80 seconds. I believe this goes to 80, 90, 100. We'll figure out here in just a second when we go to Kill Your Friends. But, yeah, it's 3 generators as a locks per se. So basically, you can actually camp or walk around, the closest generators to you. I believe it gives you a color indication to let you know which ones are locked, so that you can rotate around them before a survivor can go. And I mean, that's a long time. A minute and a half into a game, you can have somebody knocked, you can find somebody and get a chase going, and really kind of like consolidate them, because there's a total of 8 generators, and so you have only 5 of them to be able to touch, and they're the 3 farthest away from you, it kind of hones that circle in. It gives you a chance to find people. This is my least favorite perk out of all of them, I'll be fair. But still, it has a use. Infectious Fright. This is one that I'm particularly excited for because this works really well in just a lot of different areas and a lot of different maps. Anytime that the survivors that are within the killer's terror radius, while another survivor is put into the dying state with a basic attack. I don't know if basic attack counts for Huntress's Hatchet, but I do know that a basic attack obviously is just, you know, standard melee strike, mouse button 1 on the computer, and so they'll reveal their aura to the killer for 4, 5, and 6 seconds. Like, this is really, really cool, because if someone's hiding, you know, he's looking to do a flashlight save, you know, you get buddies trying to save each other, or someone who's just trying to hide from you, this is going to be able to reveal them, and so you can actually run this with, like, Deer Hunter. You can run this with various other perks that allow to kind of slow the game down, Coulrophobia, etc., and all of a sudden you are just an absolute mayhem. And as we get to learn about the Plague, she plays the exact way that I think that like you should actually play the killer to create chaos and slow the game down as much as you can. Love this perk. I think this is really fun. This is gonna be a good one to run on a lot of different killers. I think like Freddy, you know, tier 3, really good one to run on the Nurse. Really good one to run on. I don't know if it's really that great to run on Freddy. I'll be fair. But it could be, based on just finding people getting in the dream, which would be nice. So anyway, Dark Devotion is the last one. So you're going to become obsessed with one survivor, so they become the obsession. And if they have an obsession perk, right, it matches up too. Hitting the obsession with your basic attack causes the obsession to emit a terror radius that's equal to yours. So that actually changes based on the terror radius of the killer, from what I've understood. And I could be wrong, but I believe it's to the terror radius of the individual. So you can't have a terror radius on a Huntress, right? It'd be different, or else I'm wrong, and you know, whatever. But the point is that during that time, your terror radius is reduced to 0. That is so cool. Holy moly. Like, yeah, them having a terror radius, you can disrupt games, right? But, you know, people on communications think it's really easy to get past it. Hey, I've got the, you know, terror radius. And I don't know if it indicates there's a icon. I imagine it will, because it can be an effect that's triggered by the game, but we'll have to see. But either way, you having 0 terror radius for over 20 seconds, like think about Tinkerer, right? When it's only triggered for 7-8 seconds after a generator's been popped, you literally become tier 1 Michael, like, and then some, to be able to go and just whack the crud out of people. Can you imagine how good this would be with tier 3 Michael? Like, this stuff just is nutty, especially with how just everything works. So Dark Devotion, my favorite perk out of the 3. This one is super, super cool, super fun, and I think it actually has some very, very applicable things that you can do. It makes you want to hunt down the obsession, makes you want to take advantage of that, and kind of snowball the game from there. Lastly, Vile Purge is the power. So holding the power button to charge Vile Purge, releasing the button, you literally vomit infectious bile onto the player, and it's big, green, goopy. It looks like the old goop stuff you got from the jars, you know, back when, you know, the thrift shops and all that jazz. Survivor accumulates the amount of infection by being hit, by stream, running, or performing interactions. Environmental objects can be infected for a short duration when hit by the stream. So you can do generators, you can do the pools of devotion, which is something that the killer has. There's a lot of things that you can infect. I believe you can infect hooks too as well. So anyway, if the survivor's infection is completely filled, the survivor is forced to vomit and continues to do so at random intervals. They become injured if they are not already and gain the broken status. And they pass the infection on to other survivors as well as environmental objects they interact with. So infected survivors can remove all interaction by going to a pool of devotion. There are blue pools around the map. So just like the pig, right, with her mechanisms to remove the traps, or the other killer. I can't think. Well, I guess Huntress and her hatchets used to be with the lockers. But anyway, yeah, so there's now another thing on the map to indicate who your killer is right away. With Fighting the Plague is that the pools of devotion are there. But when one pool of devotion, if one pool of devotion is used by the survivor, it becomes corrupted, and the plague can actually consume those pools of corruption. It removes the corruption from the pool and transforms Vile Purge into Corrupt Purge. Corrupt Purge instantly damages. It becomes a ranged attack. And it only lasts for a short duration, but the plague, holy cow, like, she's just, to me, depending on how her speed's fast, it's 4.6 over 7, which, if you look at the Trapper, I believe he's the exact, yeah, so she's as fast as the Trapper, right? Like, look at the speeds that some of these guys are running, 4.4 for the Spirit and the Legion, and then you get 4.6, like, she's as fast as other killers, but now she's got a ranged attack, so she's not dealing with what the Huntress has, and she's got just ability just to cause chaos. I think that this is the step in the right direction to creating a truly overpowered killer that has a lot of tools to deal with survivors in varying ways, and I hope they, you know, through various means, create the other killers and have their powers be as impactful. Because, like, Michael Myers is super impactful when he hits level 3. Sometimes it's hard to get there, but, like, when he's level 3, you're afraid, right? And various things. The Spirit is really, really good with her power, right, based on certain playstyles. Like, there's some really cool things that you can do with a lot of the killers, and some of the killers are just kind of lackluster. And so I hope that they get up to this level. But yeah, she's super cool. We'll get a gameplay video here in a little bit and kind of see what she can do. But man, is she an exciting killer to watch and see the things that she can do. So I'm really excited to play her and give her a go. And so, yeah, anyway, looking at the tier, just kind of close this out. Let's look at those little 3 versions of each of the things. So level 3 here, your prayer. So 3 generators for 120 seconds. I was wrong. So it's 2 whole minutes. That level 3. This one is for 6 seconds, right? 4, 5, and 6, no big deal. And then you'll notice right here, yeah, the effect can be triggered every 30 seconds instead of every 60 seconds for level 3 Dark Devotion. And then we go to switch to Survivor. Go to game. We'll load out, and here we go. Solidarity, 50% conversion rate. Poised. You leave no scratch marks for 10 seconds, which is just nutty. That's a long time. And then, yeah, 40 seconds instead of 60, so 60, 50. 40. So yeah, I'm really, like I said, I really think that the perks are different, unique. They provide something. Solidarity is not my favorite perk. Just like the generator one for her, for the plague isn't my favorite. But honestly, I think that they're pretty nutty in what they accomplish, and I love what they were developing with this patch, and super, super cool. So anyway, take a look at it, and we'll see you guys in a minute.